Hi guys, it's Chala, and we are here doing or I'm here doing some late night crafting. Unfortunately, insomnia has hit me, and I had an idea and couldn't fall back asleep, so thought I would come down to the craft room and get it out, and hopefully I can get back to bed and have a snooze. Anyways, I was thinking about different ways that I can actually use products I already own and make them into fun ephemera pieces. And I thought of this Lawn Fawn magic color changer, and I thought this would be really fun to have as an element, stamp something, and then this could pull out and have fold out writing space and what have you. So yeah, I thought we would give this a go. So this is a set from Lawn Fawn, and all these pieces come with it, and I've gone ahead and die cut it out. And I die cut 2 of these little tracks. Okay, so that's this little piece here, 2 of those, and I glued them together just to give it a little bit more height. You can glue as many as you want together to give the height that you need, but I want to stick an extra piece of paper on top to write on, so, or behind it, we'll see, maybe behind. Yeah, so then I've gone ahead and I took this piece, if I can get it off here, it's a good strong magnet. So this piece here, this represents the front. So when you put this down, it'll cut this part out. Okay, so it's going to cut all this, and then you can decide whether you want to use the heart, the rectangle frame, or the circle. Of course, I went for the stitched rectangle frame here. And then what else did I cut out? So this is the piece that comes out from here, which is a really great little piece that we can make into a journaling card. So I'm going to set that aside. Then we have this square piece here. This is going to be a piece that you cut your acetate from. This is just clear acetate, and you can get acetate from packaging. You can recycle your packaging. And then this is what's going to create the little window for us. The other thing was the tab. Now I did cut out a tab, and I'm not sure where it got to, because it doesn't seem to be here. Of course, I got stuff everywhere still. I didn't clean up for my last crafting episode, but nonetheless, I'm going to have one of these little tabs on the end of here. I might have to die cut another one out. Just double check, make sure it's not still stuck in here somewhere. This is my cutting plates. Nope. Okay, well, I think what I'll do is I will just quickly, before we get started, I'll cut another one of those out. See, I cut it, I just don't know where it went. So I'm going to grab this. And I have a Gemini Junior, which is amazing for die cutting. And we'll just set this on here. Put my die, so you want cutting side down onto your plate. You don't want to cut into your magnet piece. Oops. Get that somewhat centered on that die cut piece. My plates are a little warped. I need to put them in hot water again. I'm going to run that through my die cutting machine. Okay, so while that runs through, I'll put all these pieces back. I'm not sure what's going on in my utility room. I'm going to be right back. Okay, so I have actually no idea what's going on with my water heater or water softener or whatever that thing is that's making a noise, but it's been going on for quite a while and it doesn't seem to be shutting off, so I'm going to assume it's supposed to be doing that in the middle of the night. And we'll just continue on and hopefully nothing blows up. So I've gone ahead and I've die cut that little punch, as well as the same piece as your acetate is going to be this piece here. You want to cut an extra cardstock piece, because this is where we're going to be stamping our image on, and we want to make sure these 2 pieces line up exactly for this effect to work, okay? So hopefully that noise isn't too loud for you guys, that you can hear me okay. I'm going to set this aside. We are all done with that. Again, that is called the Lawn Fawn Magic Slider die set. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I'm going to make sure I don't lose this piece again. Just going to put it up here. I want to put these pieces aside and do the stamping of my image. I'm using this little stamp perfect here. You can use a Misty, but you do need some sort of stamping platform like this so that we can line the images up exactly. So that's going to be super important. So we will line these up. I'm going to tuck them both right in the corner. I have my acetate piece first on top. And then I'm going to grab my little stamp. I'm going to use this cute little squirrel stamp again. And I'm going to use this to line this up, just to make sure I get the stamp in the middle. Okay. And I can remove this piece. Close the lid of my Stamp Perfect door. Press down. Oh, now we've got some new noises going on. Okay, alright, it stopped making noise, so I'm going to assume it's supposed to do that. Okay, so this isn't quite centered in there. I want to make sure it's right in the middle. And then we'll close the door. And the first time we stamp, we are going to be stamping with Stazon ink. So this is really important. You need Stazon for this acetate piece. And this is jet black. And this is one of my favorite inks simply because it smells like almonds. I don't know what it is, but I like the smell of Stazon ink. Hopefully that's not weird. Okay, so now I'm going to ink up my little squirrel with the Stazon, making sure I get it all over so we get that detail. Make sure our piece is right in the corner, that nothing's moving on us. Okay, and then we will stamp it down onto the acetate. And this is just a little piece from my son's air hockey game that we no longer have. And I found this piece and I thought it would work really well for my stamping, and it does. It's just some felt on kind of a little paddle. And we'll lift this up. Peel that off, and ta-da! We have a beautiful stamped little squirrel. That is so cute. Now we're going to do this again. We're going to clean off our stamp. You're not going to be able to clean it off extremely well because Stazon is a permanent ink, so it is going to permanently dye your stamp. Actually, this one, it came off fairly well. Usually it stains it, but so I'm just going to give it a wipe. And then now we want to stamp onto this cardstock piece, and we don't want to use the Stazon. We want to use a water-based fast-drying ink like this Memento Tuxedo Black, because I want to do some Copic coloring. This is really important. If you don't use the correct ink with your Copic colors, it'll smudge the ink. So again, this is a fade-resistant water-based fast-drying dye ink. Okay. So go ahead, make sure this is in the corner. Ink up our little squirrel once again. Make sure he's good and inky. Okay, and then we will put that down, use my little thing and count to 5. Give that time to soak into the paper. And voila, we have our cute little squirrel again. Now, these should ideally line up perfectly. Like that. Okay? So what's going to happen is I'm going to color this image. And let's give that a little stamp down. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and Copic color this little guy. And I will be right back to show you the next step. Okay, so I have our little squirrel Copic colored up. I did some really simple Copic coloring on him. And we are ready to assemble our magic slider. So I need to get all my pieces. And so the first thing we want to do is let's glue down our acetate piece here. Now we have to make sure that we do it the right way. So he needs to go this way on here. So then I'm going to flip him over. And I'm going to put a little bit of art glitter glue just around. And again, we don't want too much that it scooches out onto the frame of the acetate. Okay. Put our pin back in. We're going to line our little squirrel up in there. And again, pushing the glue out to the side so it doesn't squish onto the acetate frame. Okay, let that sit for a bit. Now what we need to do is, what's going to happen is this little piece will get tucked in here, like so. We have to put in our frame. So I'm going to put this in the little slot that was made by our die cut. And I want to pull it straight through, but because it's wonky right now, there we go. Okay. Now we're going to open this up. And we're going to place in this piece so it lines up. Actually, I think because that is a bit in the way. Yeah, I want to do it the other way first. Sorry, guys. Take this back out. And we're going to, so this is why I colored on a separate piece, is because it's going to bleed through and I didn't want it to bleed through on the back. I could have stamped directly on here and colored, but then I'd have that bleed through and I don't want that. So we're going to line the images exactly up. Turn it over. And this is the tricky part. You want it to be exactly, otherwise the image doesn't look right. Just going to hold it like that. I'm going to place my glue down. Be careful not to move. just moved it. Crapola. It's okay. We will turn it around and line it up again. And then I'm going to fold this piece over, and that'll glue it down on the back, hopefully in the right place. And then now what we need to do is put in our little, this is our little track for the slider, so we're going to glue that in. You can also use double-sided score tape to do this. I'm just going to use my art glitter glue because it's got such a fine nozzle and I know it's going to stick down. Again, I've cut 2 of these frames to give it some height, so we have enough clearance room. Just line that up. So now I'm going to tuck in this piece. And it should fit in this track like so. And then now the last thing we have to do is add glue to the track on top. And fold this down. There we go. And there we have our little surprise magic slider card. And pull that up, and then it magically turns brown. I think that's so much fun. Okay, so we're not done yet. We want to add our little tab, but we want to do some inking as well. So let's go ahead and ink up our little pull tab. So you can also use pattern cardstock for this. You don't have to just use plain white. The only place you're going to have a plain, like this is a buff color, so a plainer color or white is where you're stamping underneath on your image, that little piece. So yeah, you can do many different things. You can use pattern cardstock, you could use different types of stamps. So there's a variety of things you can do with it, and you can use this actually to, you can put a gift card inside of there and have it slide, but we're going to actually tuck that in there and ink this up. We're actually going to slide some paper and ink there. Should I maybe ink this up before I put the acetate in, but that's okay. Just to give it a little definition, make that stitching pop out just a little bit more. Okay, let's add our little tab piece. This lets people know that you're going to pull on it. And let's see if I have any more. These little burlap pieces have been definitely come in handy. So I'm just going to take this one little piece and we will loop it around here. Like so. And let's give that a trim. That's just a little bit long. Let's get rid of some of this stuff here. There. That burlap stuff is really coming handy. So the next thing we want to do is we want to add paper on the back of this. Actually, or do we want to add it? How do we want to do that? Maybe actually what I want to do is put this on a page as a little fold out. So I'll add a little kind of flap to it so that you can pull this out, pull this up right on the back of here, and then this can be on a page. So let's see, let's grab our journal. And I don't have the signatures sewn in, but I do have them put together. Just kind of with the kit papers and some other papers that I cut down to add textures, but so like it'll be on, this is my idea, it'll be on a page, say on one of these pages like this, and then it'll fold out, and maybe we'll have something fold up, and then you can write here, you can pull that up right here. It's our little magic slider. So yeah, I will just put that in my ephemera basket for now, and we'll attach it to a page when we are ready. But I hope you enjoyed this fun magic slider card ephemera idea, and that you can put it to use in your journals. Again, the dies that I used are the Lawn Fawns. It's long cuts. It's called Magic Slider Card. And you can get this at places like Scrap and Stamp Canada if you're in Canada. They are based out of Vancouver and have really good shipping. I'll try to leave a link down below to this set, so you can go ahead and check that out. Thanks so much for joining me for this in the middle of the night craft. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and P.S. I love you. Hey guys, I would love to do a snail mail swap with you. So go ahead, check out my address there. Send me some of your creations. I'd love to feature them on my YouTube channel, and I'd love to send you a little something back. Let's spread the crafty love with each other. And if you haven't done so already, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell, give me a thumbs up if you like my videos. Even better, send me a comment. I'd love to know what you have to say. Thanks again, guys, and P.S. I love you.